Joey here as the Critical Missourian, where I talk about everyday life, about Missouri and beyond. Okay, people. New thing going on in the state is that there's been more talk about putting limits on what you can use the Missouri SNAP benefits to, for what you could use them for, and those benefits are, for those who are unaware, is what is used to is kind of like a subsidy, is like a subsidy to help purchase food. And basically, another word that was used for it was food stamps. Anyhow, there has been a lot. There's been a lot of noise inside the legislature about, oh, within the General Assembly, about putting limits on on the purchasing um, on junk food with the food stamps. Anything that has anything to do with the program, um, really they're trying to aim at trying to combat obesity, and that is one problem that is going on with this state is obesity. Then there's the problem with heart disease. That is a issue. I can understand their thinking by putting a limit on the junk food. They really um, are trying to cut down on the health effects on that, and maybe bring down the cost of health care. So they claim. Um, so they would correction. So they would probably claim. I'm not in their heads, so I don't know why, but why they would want to think that way or whatever. But I'm not surprised that's their thinking. But still, point of the matter is whereas it does have a hand in probably helping, it also has some problems. I mean, um, I have an issue possibly with the fact that the legislators are not always thinking about the circumstances about everything. Especially with um, like I said, the cost of fresh, healthy stuff versus the junk stuff. Um, ready-made meals, potato chips, sodas. I mean, if you price, if you go to the grocery store and price um, a can of vegetables versus all the fresh vegetables, you're going to find yourself that the canned stuff is much cheaper. You also go try to go fresh everything, homemade everything, and you price that versus what you can find in a box, um, ready mixed stuff. You're going to find that is going to be a whole lot cheaper doing the box than or instant compared to the stuff that you can make homemade. Yes, that's the thing. A lot of people are grabbing a bag of potato chips because some cases, just getting a healthy snack kind of may be out of their price range, and the bag of chips, what, a small bag could be like $3, whereas a good healthy snack could be much more pricier unless you're really just a rabbit and enjoying just a small bag of carrots, and not everyone's really that into that. Not really that. Their basically their tastes are different. They're not going to really tolerate sitting and eating carrots all day. So yeah, I can see some benefits, but I also see some problems. Um, without without making the healthier food cheaper, without, I mean, the only this is the only way I could see this work into a major benefit, is if you make the unhealthy food more expensive, but no, make the healthier food more cheaper, and come and switch it around. Compared to right now, the healthier food is always going to be more expensive. Your junk food is cheap and easy to get. And it's hard to make really great health choices when right now, when you're like in a hurry. The only thing you do is pick up a donut from the local gas station, 2 donuts and a bottle of Mountain Dew, and call that breakfast. That it, I mean, you can probably spend no more than what, $8 maybe for that. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe. Still, that is the point. Beyond the point. The point I'm trying to make is that in some cases, if you do a price comparison, you can find that the prices of the good stuff is always more um, than the bad stuff, and it's hard to make those right choices whenever you're got to watch every penny that you have, especially if you're on a pension, you're a college student, or you're just barely scraping by on minimum wage. I mean, it's hard to make really great choices when you just ain't got the penny, when you ain't got the money to really. I mean, I'm sorry to say, sometimes even the food stamps, just get it that moment, and then find out that it's gone within a week or two, because the price of everything has gone up so much anymore that you might as well just consider it a 1 week 1 to 2 week subsidy. Then you out have to pay the rest on your own. And it's really sad that the price of food has gone up so much. But that's inflation, the modern times. But still, that's something that we have to take account. I think the legislators need to take that in consideration. Until we can work on the root cause of the problem, there's always going to be that problem where junk food and everything else is going to be far more cheaper and easier to get. Especially in rural sections where the nearest grocery stores is probably miles away, and your nearest gas station may be just like right up the road. So your choices could be a little bit limited in circumstances like that. Still, that's something you should really take account for there. Still, but the point I'm trying to drive home, people, in this entire video, is simply this. You can do all the restrictions with what you do with food stamps, and I'm addressing directly to every state legislator, not just the Missouri General Assembly, but all of them. Until you can figure out how to make food cheaper, the good food cheaper, you're not going to change the direction of what being purchased until you can figure out that problem. Until it comes to a point, like I said earlier, until it comes to a point where the bad food that is very bad for you becomes more expensive than the good food, you're never going to change a lot of people's minds. Nor is you going to really take care of the root cause of the problem, why we have bad choices to begin with, bad health choices to begin with. And you're not really taking account of all factors, like where people buy their groceries versus where their next. Like I said earlier, some people may snack on grab a snack from the gas station that may be just right up the road, whereas they want a big snack on vegetables. Their nearest grocery store could be miles down the road. So that's something the legislators are going to have to take account for that. So anyhow, in my closing argument, there's a lot to really tackle than to worry about the prohibition of what we are buying with our state with the government subsidies. The government needs to be working on making these start working on the root cause of the problem before worrying about the outcome of it. Stop putting the cart before the horse. So anyhow, I hope this my criticism on this bill really shines some points of argument that we need to be thinking about. So anyhow, this is the Critical Missourian. I'll see you on the next video.